And the fight back has begun. Ogier 1.2 seconds quicker than Loeb. He passes Hirvonen to claim third. Further back, Latvala still on the attack. He's on one of those tarmac sections now. Oh, another moment for Jari. Just clipped the Armco slightly there. He's really living life on the edge in Terra Alta. Oof, and really smacking over that compression as well. Jari gets away with that too. Remarkably, the Finn is third fastest in stage 2, despite his eventful run.
I had two big moments actually on the stage. Once on the dust I didn't see where the road was going, so I was nearly off the road. Then I went on wide on tarmac and I hit Armco, and then the third one was over the bump. I went completely on the front, and I had a panic to get it turned on the next corner. So it was not so great stage for me.
Dani Sordo was really frustrated with his dust-filled run through stage 1. Could have cost him the chance to fight for victory on his home event. But Mini's Spanish sensation is back up to speed in Terra Alta. He's fourth fastest and surges up 3 places in just 1 stage. Sordo is now in 5th place, but remains the best part of a minute behind the leader. Latvala is still Loeb's closest rival, with Ogier now 3rd after passing Hirvonen in our stage of the day. There is one more stage remaining in the morning loop, the 18.5 kilometres of Les Garrigues, which includes another tricky tarmac section amongst the gravel. It's been plain sailing so far in Spain for Loeb, but with the breeze picking up, he may not have the same advantage running first on the road. There are some really tight technical sections through here. The world champion will need to draw from his famed powers of concentration in Les Garrigues. Sebastian Ogier has proved his teammate still has a fight in his hands for the win in Spain with that stage win earlier, and the 28-year-old backs it up with another terrific run through stage 3. This time, he's almost 5 seconds quicker than Loeb. Latvala too is continuing to prove that he has a big part to play in Spain. His performances in the latter part of the season proving increasingly impressive. Jari Matti is quicker than Loeb too and closes the gap to the leader. You can see the damage to his rear wing from that eventful run in stage 2. Mats Osberg, meanwhile, has made a strong start to the Spanish round. The young Norwegian is running in 6th place coming into stage 3 despite suffering from a bit of oversteer. And the local fans will be delighted to see their hero Dani Sordo is starting to look increasingly threatening in the Mini John Cooper works. Our featured driver is in a comfortable 5th place, but he needs to find a bit more pace if he's to get back on terms with the leading quartet. Chris Meek has had the bulk of the bad luck in the new Mini team this year, but he's shown good speed in every round he's entered so far. In his first attempt at this new mixed surface Rally Catalunya, Meek is in good form again. The Northern Irishman passes Osberg to claim 6th in stage 3. Kimi Räikkönen, though, is already out with an engine problem. It's been caused by a fuel leak, and the former F1 star's frustrating run continues. This is how it stands after the opening loop then. Just 12 seconds separate the top 3 drivers, but Hirvonen has some work to do to get back on terms with the leader. He's already more than half a minute behind Loeb. It's back to Salou for a service stop next at the Portaventura theme park.
As things stand, it's looking good for your 8th world title.
At the moment, we are far from that. At the moment, I'm happy to be in front after the first half of the day. Maybe tonight it will finish quite equal, so it will mean that the dust made it more fair on the gravel finally.
It's been changed to 4-minute intervals between WRC cars. What are your feelings on that?
For me, it would have been better if it changed to 1 minute, but finally, for me, it's okay. It's for sure it's not nice to drive in the dust, so that's it.
Just in places you just couldn't see anything, and after my scare on the first one, on the second one, there's 3 places where I slowed down completely. I just should have taken the risk and hope the road is there, so it cost me a lot of time.
We try to keep pressure to Loeb, and for sure I want to be fighting with them, but Ogier is very close as well, so it's going to be a very interesting afternoon, and if you want to lead this rally, you need to do a perfect afternoon.
We'll get straight back to the action after the break when the drivers take on the afternoon loop. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Spain. We'll return to the crucial fight for WRC honours soon, but first an update on the SWRC. Like the WRC, the Super 2000 category title race is an exciting three-way fight, with Spain staging the final round of championship decider. Juho Hänninen is leading the way in the category, and after a disappointing weekend in France, the Finn began the Spanish event in determined mood. He charged into an early lead. His closest challenger, Oyt Tänak, is just 3 points behind in the title race. But there would be heartbreak for the Estonian youngster on the very first stage. After clipping the same culvert that ended Petter Solberg and Ken Block's day, his championship hopes are all but over already.
Before this corner there was a triangle which were put on the outside of the corner, so I thought maybe some car would be out, and I was keeping in, but the inside was a rock, so it was very, I don't know, stupid moment, I think, and I don't know, but anyway, it happened, and then there's nothing to do anymore.
The third man fighting for the championship is Martin Prokop. The Czech driver is 17 points behind Hänninen, so needs to win and hope the Finn hits problems. The Ford driver showed good pace early on and is currently in 4th place. One of the revelations on the opening day has been the pace of Craig Breen. The Irishman usually drives in the two-wheel drive WRC Academy, but his one-off switch to the SWRC has already impressed. He set a fastest time in his second stage in the category and is running in the podium places in 3rd. Nasser Al-Attiyah has had a tough season so far, but it's looking good for the Qatari driver in Spain. He's been fighting for the lead with Hänninen all afternoon. The lead changing hands twice in the afternoon loop. It was Al-Attiyah who held the top spot after stage 5, but Hänninen is still really close, and after Tanak's disaster, the championship is now the Finns to lose. Back to the WRC then, and although it's raining in Salou, it's still dry up in the stages, and after the chaos caused by hanging dust here in the morning loop, the drivers are running at 4-minute intervals. There is also a stronger breeze in the air. Loeb could struggle as first car on the road this afternoon. Despite the first pass through here, the grip levels are really inconsistent for the world champion on this second loop. So finally, Loeb's rivals could have a chance to close up on the rally leader. Even running immediately behind the Citroën star, Mikko Hirvonen has more grip. The championship at stake, every second counts now for the Finn, and he finally gets the better of Loeb in stage 4. It's Sebastian Ogier and Jari-Matti Latvala who are the closest to Loeb at the moment, though, and Latvala is on an absolute flyer. With 3 cars worth of swept lines ahead of him, the 26-year-old has found a devastating rhythm in the afternoon loop. As Latvala storms on towards the flying finish of stage 4, he could take the lead here. Yes, that's a terrific performance from Jari-Matti. He's more than 13 seconds quicker than Loeb, and he takes over the top spot. The championship fight takes yet another twist then. Ogier is also attacking really hard, and he also smashes Loeb's time in stage 4. But just as the Citroën Total Man begins to close up on his teammate, he hits problems in stage 5. He drops almost 2 minutes with a puncture. The drama just keeps on coming at the front then. Further back, Mads Osberg has managed to keep it all together. After a suspension tweak in service, the Fiesta RS is running well for the M Sport Stobart man, and he's still reasonably comfortable in 7th. Our featured driver Danny Sordo would have hoped for a better start on his home event. He's never really recovered from his frustrating run in stage 1, but is in the top 5 after stage 5. Just behind Sordo in 6th is his mini teammate Chris Meek. The British star is desperate to get a finish under his belt, and with the tricky gravel roads of day 1 cleared, he's on course to do just that. As the crews move on to the final night stage, Ogier is a dejected figure in the road section.
Sebastian, a lot of time lost in the previous stage. There's a broken wheel. Where did it happen? What happened?
Quite close to the start of the stage. I hit rocks. I was a bit wide at the end of the corner, and that broke the wheel.
And the drama wasn't over on the opening leg with stage 6 run in the dark. Loeb was again to benefit. Despite the 4-minute gaps, his dust trail again caused havoc. Latvala suffered more than most after spinning. He picked up a puncture, dropped almost 50 seconds and handed the lead back to Loeb. Kiermanen ends day 1 in 3rd, while Ogier has recovered 1 position from his earlier puncture to get back past Danny Sordo. So it's all falling into place nicely for Loeb, and with 2 days of tarmac to come, the world champion will take some catching now. You can follow the Frenchman's bid for a 7th successive Spanish win as it happens on WRC.com, and make sure you join us again tomorrow with all the best action from day 2.